there, welcome back to Beauty Bee. I'm Iris. Today we are doing what I thought was going to be a really low maintenance get ready with me, and then I pulled the products I would need for said quick, easy, low maintenance get ready with me, and realized that my idea of low maintenance is very, very confused. Now, to be fair, a lot of this is skincare. I don't want to wear a ton of makeup today, but I figured if I'm going to be filming anyway, I might as well put on some makeup, and I want to go outside a little bit this afternoon, so I need sunscreen. And this sunscreen is a pain in the butt, I've learned. It is such a high maintenance product. Like half of the stuff in this box, in this little bin, is just to make this sunscreen work. So the first product we're going to be starting out with is the niacinamide serum from Good Molecules. I'm going to be using 1 pump of this. Now, I don't know if this has really done anything for my skin, but I like the texture. I think it gives a little bit of slip to my skin to help said obnoxious sunscreen sink in. Overall, I haven't seen a difference, but it's fine. I'll use it. Probably won't repurchase, but it's good. Next up, again, adding a little bit more slip as well as just some moisture to my skin, we're going to be using this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. For me, this product is a daytime moisturizer. My skin, over the past year, has definitely become quite a bit more dry. I would say that at the beginning of my channel, my skin was pretty normal, leaning oily. Now I would say it's definitely leaning dry, and maybe sometimes just dry. It's not fun. This is exactly what I wanted throughout my teenage years, and it's not working out that well for me. Okay, so I think I've got that more or less rubbed in. Now we get to this Avane Solar UV. I'm gonna shake it up. This is a very liquidy product, and let me just pour a little bit out on my hand. There is the texture. It's going to turn my skin purple. Just wait. I kind of thought the first time I used this, because I've had this for a few months at this point, just unused. I thought at first that it had maybe expired on me. It hasn't. It still smells like sunscreen. It's well within its expiration date. It expires in May, I think. But, I mean, I'm pretty fair. I don't have problems generally with sunscreen turning me purple. But I see a definite purple cast and a lot of whiteness when I use this sunscreen. I made the mistake last week sometime of filming without setting this down in any way or adding any life back to my skin with bronzer, and I just look kind of sickly in that video. It's so weird. I don't think the purple is coming through today, which thank goodness, but know that sometimes it does. But I do want to add a little bit of color back into my skin because this definitely lightens me up a bit. And I also want a pan of bronzer this year, so, you know, kind of a win-win situation. I'm going to be using this Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. And I'm just gonna liberally apply that all over my face. Things are going to get a little bit cakey using this. because there is almost a powdery feel to the sunscreen once it's rubbed in. It's really not a very good sunscreen. I don't hate it, and I think it does a really good job of making me aware of getting the sunscreen all over my face, all over my neck, but it's kind of a pain to use. Bringing it down my neck as well. Plus, you know, I don't tan. I'm like incapable of getting a tan. It's kind of fun to be the bronziest version of myself, most bronzed version of myself, even when I haven't seen the sun in months. Okay. So that's looking a little bit dry, but overall pretty good. So let's put down a little bit of setting mist. This is actually the hydrating coconut mist from e.l.f. I always brace myself when I spritz this on. I don't know why. I went in with probably more than I really needed of that, but it's such a delightful mist. It just smells so nice that I don't even care. Okay. I'm realizing that I didn't bring a brow product, but whatever. It's fine. So, next up, let's move to the eyes. I know that I brought an eyeshadow primer. Yes. I'm going to be using the put a lid on it from the Balm because that's the eyeshadow primer I have. And I think it does an okay job. I thought for a while there that I didn't need eyeshadow primer anymore. And I think that's true like 80% of the time. I don't get creasing anymore because my skin has dried out so much. However, if I'm wearing my makeup for, 10 hours, I notice that I get less fading if I'm wearing eyeshadow primer. So there is still some use for me of having an eyeshadow primer, and that's good information for me to have. So I'm taking my Viseart Petite Pro 1 palette because I've been neglecting this recently. And I'm going to go into, I think, a little bit of this brown shade. And just stick that in my crease. Ooh, that's a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be. But whatever, it's fine, it blends. That is a nice thing about these Viseart shadows, is even the deepest ones blend quite nicely, so I don't feel like I ever am in too much trouble. There's not that type of panic that sets in with some eyeshadows where it's like, how am I going to get myself out of this one? I don't need to, it's fine, it's gonna look absolutely fine once I blend a little bit. Okay, I mean, we're keeping everything pretty easy. Next, I'm just going with a ColourPop Super Shock in Flower Child, trying to pan this year as well, just a hit pan, but I've used this quite a bit. I just don't really have much of a dip because I spread my usage throughout the area of the pan pretty well. But this is really pretty. It's so sparkly, but yet it doesn't feel like a whole lot on the eyes. I don't know, I'm just really, really fond of this. Next up, I'm going to add some mascara. I'm really not impressed with this mascara. I think it's just, I don't know. I feel like once I get the length that I want out of it, once I get the darkness that I want out of it, it looks clumpy. But I'm determined that I'm going to use this until it's hit that 3-month mark. So we're gonna make do with it for a while. Maybe it'll grow on me, but there are the lashes. I don't want to use this on my bottom lashes because it's just gonna look too clumpy, and I prefer to look like I have more than 2 bottom lashes. To wrap up my face, I'm going into this Auto Balm Girl Powder, and I'm going to take just a hint of this peachy blush, which is Houston Street. I just got that all over my pants. Just hit the apple of my cheeks. And look across the bridge of my nose a little bit. And I lied. I said that I was wrapping up my face, but I also brought out my little my little clock highlighter because I can't resist using this all the time. I'm just going to sort of top the area where I put the blush as well as put it along my cheekbone a little bit. Quick and easy. Looks fine. And to wrap up everything, I have some tinted lip balm because I'm going to be filming a review video on these later this afternoon. I thought I was going to be doing it right now, but my camera is saying that's going to die on me in like 4 minutes, so we'll just have to recharge in between. That's good because that'll give me time to do my eyebrows too. Alright, so there is the final look. There is the half a dozen products that went into making the stupid sunscreen functional, but, you know, at least I'm being good about using my sunscreen. I think that's it for me. Let's end this video before my hair gets any more bizarre. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and I hope that I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.